The contribution of renewable energy in electricity generation in energy mix in the Republic of Ghana is predominantly hydropower from Akonsombo, Bong and Bui. These together account for just about 39%. As a result, Ghana has committed itself under the Paris Agreement on Climate Change to increase the penetration of the other renewable energy resources by 10%, mainly from solar, wind, biomass, tidal wave and small hydropower by 2030. To this end, Ghana's largest state generation utility, Volta River Authority (VRA), has taken up this challenge to contribute to the achievement of the targets set by the government. In 2013, the VRA cut the sword for the construction of 4.2 megawatt peak in Navrongo. In February this year, the VRA again cut the sword for construction of a 17 megawatt solar power park in Lawra, 4 megawatts, and Kaleo, 13 megawatts in the Upper West region. When EnergyNewsAfrica.com's team visited the project sites recently, work had progressed to an advanced state. EnergyNewsAfrica.com now understands the Lawra Solar Power Park has been completed and is due for commissioning by President Nana Akufo-Addo. EnergyNewsAfrica.com's editor Michael Craig Affle asked Engineer Emmanuel Enchidakwa, Chief Executive Officer of the VRA, when President Akufo-Addo would be commissioning the project. He explained.
It wasn't too long ago that we were with the President in February to do the sword cutting. The project was supposed to take 6 months to complete, but of course there was COVID, so it took a while. But in spite of all the difficulties with COVID, everything is substantially completed. So the President will be there on the 10th of October to formally commission the plant.
The Lawra and Kaleo solar projects are being funded through a loan facility from a German financial institution at the cost of 23 million euros. In addition, the government of Ghana, through the Volta River Authority, is contributing 8.12 million euros in project development and management activities. Most of the country's power generation plants are located in the southern part of the country, and these impede reliable supply of power in the northern part of the country. So, what will be the benefits of these projects to the people in the Upper West? Engineer Emmanuel Enchidakwa gave a highlight on the benefits of the project.
Capacity, 6.5 here and 13, that's almost 20 megawatts peak. That's sufficient, to be frank with you, to meet almost the entire power consumption in the Upper West from a megawatt perspective. So that is what it contributes. The other thing is that because Lawra is so far off, reliability of power in terms of voltages, etc., tend to be a little of a challenge. What the solar plant there is going to do is to inject power directly close to where the demand is, and so that should be able to improve the reliability of power supply to the area. So from a technical perspective, that is what it is. But there are so many other benefits that the project brings to the people of Lawra. For one, for example, it will serve as a point where the technical universities in the area could go and study how solar power plants are either designed and operated, because you have operating data will be there, which is good. The other thing that the people of Lawra would gain from the project is that it creates employment opportunities for them. During construction, we employed close to 100 people for the construction phase. The operating phase is really more technical. There will be much less people who will be employed. But most of the people will come from the community. So it creates job opportunities for the people in the area. And you know, for every project, and we've seen that on all our projects that we've done, anytime you create a power plant in an area, it builds its own industry around it. Because people will come and supply pieces of whether parts, equipment, or provide logistics, etc. for the plant. And so it's also an economic opportunity in the area for the people of Lawra. So from so many perspectives, people talk about tourism. There's nothing of that sort in that part of Ghana. School children could go there just for the benefit of tourism, or also for the purpose of learning from the solar plant, as I said. So There's quite a number of benefits to the people of Lawra.
He commended the contractor, Elecna, for meeting the project specification.
Yes, I would say to a large extent the contractor has done a good job. I think he's met our specifications. The timeline, as I said, because of COVID, we couldn't meet. But he's met our specifications. We've had our people on site. You know, the way we structured this project was that we employed an external consultant, and then we had our own staff monitoring the project as well. So there was very strict supervision on the contractor, and I think that he's done a good job.
The authority has an ambition to command about 70% of the renewable energy space in the country and has therefore developed a 5-year development plan towards it. The question is, after Navrongo, Lawra and Kaleo, what is the next area VRA will be going? Engineer Emmanuel Enchidakwa explains.
Beyond the 20 megawatts at Kaleo and Lawra, we have what we consider to be the second phase. Actually, the financing is almost sewn up. We haven't gone to Parliament, so I don't really want to make a big case out of it. But KfW, which is a German aid arm, has agreed to sponsor or to fund the second phase. Second phase, when it is carried out, will expand the two power plants to 35 megawatts. So really, we are moving from 20 megawatts peak to 35 megawatts peak. So that's the immediate one. We also have another project, solar project in Bongo, which is 40 megawatts. We've done the permitting. We'll get together with a private sector operator to jointly develop that plant. That we should start discussions early next year in terms of trying to look for a partner and getting the financing sewn up. But we are not doing things only in the area of solar. We also have the wind. So there are 2 wind projects in southern Ghana that we've been nursing and developing over the years. There's one around the Anglogan area and there's one around the Adan area. That's a total of 150 megawatts. Our plan is to develop them in phases. We'll first start with the one around Anglogan, 75 megawatts. So today, as I speak to you, we are going through the development processes. We have taken an option on the land. The land owners have agreed, but they need to sort out a few things around the issue of the land. Once that is resolved, and we actually acquire the land, then the development process will kick into full gear. We also want to do that with the private sector, given the opportunity. If the private sector is interested, we'd like to work with the private sector as far as that project is concerned. So we have the wind, 75 megawatts. We have Bongo, which is 40 megawatts. We have an additional 15 megawatts at Kaleo and Lawra. We also have a 50 megawatt plant at Wale Wale, which is also in the pipeline. So if you really look at the pipeline of projects that we are looking at between now and the next 5 years, it's quite a number.
The Director for Renewable and Alternative Energies at the Ministry of Energy Wisdom, Ahiataku Togobo, who visited the site to inspect the project, said he is impressed. He noted that all the control measures instituted had been adhered to by the contractor and commended them for that.
Very happy. Work is being done in a manner which is expected. I mean, they are taking into consideration the control measures. Everything is being done. Protective measures that needs to be done. Everything is working very well, and I'm so much impressed.
He also commended the VRA, the implementing company, and KfW for funding the project.
And I want to use this opportunity to thank Elecnon, the main contractors, VRA, the implementing company, and KfW that really funded this project.